Hello again. This is something I was thinking about quite a long time, especially after a few discussions in different watch forums, to make a short video about watches with a multi-time function, say GMT. Sometimes it's the office GMT, true GMT, also Geographic or Worldtimer. I have got these four watches in front of me, two of them the Rolex and the Breitling GMT, thanks to my friends from Chronio.pl. Check them out in the description below. Quite a lot of new and pre-owned watches, including these two that are for sale. Very good pricing, shipping worldwide. Check them out, and thanks to Chronio again for lending these two watches. Anyway, multi-time watches. Unfortunately, I do not have the Worldtimer with me, so at the end of the video I will insert quite an old video that I did about Omega Worldtimer, Omega Aquaterra Worldtimer that I used to have. That will explain you some of the features on the Worldtimer, but now let's go ahead with the ones I've got. I want to start from the watches that are usually called GMT. So for example, here we have a Breitling Avenger Night Mission GMT. Here's a Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean GMT, and this is a Rolex GMT Master 2. This one is a Batman version. This one is a Geographic Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Control Geographic. It's a, let's say, a different thing, and we'll come to that later. First off, let's talk about the so-called office GMT. So this is the simplest version of the GMT watch. Why office? Because here the GMT hand is the one that is being set up separately. So let's say you are in your London office. It's 6 o'clock. As you can see, you want to check the other time zone, so you just pull out the crown once and move your GMT hand to a desired time zone. Well, on the inner bezel you would have a 24-hour scale. Yeah, this one is fixed, could be also movable on a movable bezel like on Rolex or Omega. Could be a combination of both. This one is a combination of a fixed bezel for GMT inside and the diverse bezel outside. It doesn't matter, but here you have the 24-hour time, so it is 6 o'clock in your local time. These two hands show your local time, and the GMT hand shows the other time zone, which is a required number of hours away from you. Here, this means it's 3 minutes past 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, since this is a 24-hour zone, so if the hand is here, this means that in the other time zones that you set on the GMT hand, it is 3 minutes after 21, so after 9 p.m. So that means it's easy to check the other time zone, but it's not very easy for traveling. Because now imagine you're traveling somewhere far away to the other time zone, and you want to have your local new time here, and the GMT hand, you want to show your time back at home. Let's start from the situation that we are at home and we want our GMT time to show our home time. So this is 6 o'clock. So now it is 6 o'clock in the morning, my local time, and the GMT hand is showing 6 o'clock in the morning as well. Now let's say that I'm using GMT hand as just a 24-hour indicator. Now I'm moving back to New York. Okay, New York from my hometown, from Warsaw, is 6 hours behind, and I want to set my local time to 6 hours behind. But the GMT hand, I want to show my home time. What I need to do, and this is a quite complicated procedure. I wait until the seconds hand stops at 0. Now the seconds hand is stopped. I move back, and as you see, when I move back, both hands, also the GMT hand moves back. I move back the time to a desired one, let's say 5 hours back. It was 5:05. I still need to have some reference time, so I need to look at my mobile phone or other atomic clock. And then when the seconds are exactly at 12, I press again, the watch is running. But now I need to pull the crown back to position number 1. Now the second hand is moving, and I'm moving the GMT to the position of my hometown, which is 6 o'clock. Now I pull it back and everything is okay. So I have the local time of wherever I am right now, and the GMT hand is showing my hometown. When I'm coming back home, I have to do the procedure again. So I'm back at home, I pull the crown twice, stop the seconds hand, move the local time to whatever my local time is. Let's say it's 8 o'clock. Push again, and then I need to go back to the setting of the GMT, and GMT must be set at 8 o'clock. So this is a quite complicated procedure. That's why this kind of GMT, which is simpler, is sometimes called an office GMT, because it's much more comfortable to check the second time zone on the GMT hand, while the local hands are just local hands. So if you are using this one for traveling maybe once a year on vacations, it's no problem. You can go through this complicated procedure, change the times, it is still work. But if you travel a lot, if you change your time zones pretty often, then this is quite pain in the you know what. So in this situation, the so-called true GMT comes back to rescue. And here there are two examples of true GMT. The big difference is that the hour hand is separated from the rest. So I'll start from traveling. I am now in Warsaw. I'm traveling forward to, let's say, Seoul. At this moment in Warsaw, this is showing my local time, and the GMT hand is also showing my local time. I'm traveling to Seoul. I'm landing in Seoul. I am 8 hours ahead. The only thing I need to do to have my local time on the main hands and the home time on GMT hand is to pull out the crown once. The second hand is still moving. I forward the hour hand by 8 hours, close, and done. So at this moment I am having my Seoul time on local hands, and I'm having GMT hand showing my hometown. And this is for the traveler absolutely fantastic. You see, also on the Rolex, I pull out once, second hand is moving, and I can move the hour hand. Okay, now if I pull out the crown twice, I stop the second hand, and this is when I can set up the time. Obviously in this situation all the hands are moving. I'm setting up the time from the very beginning, and then let's say first I should set the GMT. If I want GMT to be my local, I set it here at 8 o'clock, pull back, use my hours hand, and I'm done. All right, I'm changing my time zone, pulling the crown out once, change the hours hand only, and done. Obviously, if you are an office GMT guy, this is going to be a more difficult watch than that one. So if you are sitting in your office and you want to check with your GMT hand what the time in the other time zone is, you are going through more or less the same procedure like on this one when traveling. So let's say you have your office somewhere, you want to just change your GMT hand to the other time zone, so you need to pull it out twice, change the GMT hand, change the GMT hand to whatever time you need, close, pull out the second time, change the hours hand to your local time, and then you're done. So if whoever is asking you which one is better, there is no one better watch. It only depends on which is the main purpose that you're using them. If you are a frequent traveler and you need to change your local time very quickly, but have the GMT hand showing your hometown time most of the time, then the true GMT, which is the Rolex GMT Master, or for example the Omega Planet Ocean GMT, this is your choice. If you are rather the one who's sitting in one place and just wants to have a complication to show a 24-hour time, or check from time to time the other time zone, this is the watch that you need. Something else is a multi-time watch, which is the Worldtimer. So I would say the Worldtimer And again, skip to the last part of the video to see the setting of the Worldtimer and how it is set. But the Worldtimer, I would say, is the combination of office and traveler. On the Worldtimer, every time you can check your local time and the time at any place around the world. It is a bit less legible because the letters are very small and not always you can see what you want, but the Worldtimer always shows you your local time and the time all around the world. Here we have the Geographic of Jaeger-LeCoultre, and they are pretty famous for its watches, which is, I would say, rather an office watch for those who want to see what the time in the other time zone is, because here we have the main hands obviously showing you your local time, and then you have this subdial where you can, so first of all, this is the subdial of the second time zone, and here is the city in which the time is shown. So now I have the local time of 14 after 2. If I want to check what the time in the other city is, I just have a separate crown over here. I move this part with the city, and when I move it, also the time on the second time zone changes. Just look at this. Okay, so every time you have your local time and the time in the second city of your choice, and if you want to check the other city that is set up now, that is bloody quick, you just, again, rotate the crown, and every second instantly you can have the time of the other time zone. Now, this one can be used for travelers, but then it's not so obvious. You can use it in two ways. When you're traveling to the other time zone, you just set up the other time zone on the small subdial. So let's say you are going to Midway, or let's say we are in Auckland, yeah? In Auckland, it is now 1:15 midnight, because also here you have the hand showing you whether this is night or day. So let's say if you are in Auckland, you check your local time on the small subdial, and this becomes your hometown. And then you can use it as a traveler watch, quick setup of the local time, but the local time will be small subdial, and this time will be always your hometown. If after traveling and changing a time zone, you want to have your local time on the main hands, you need to go through procedure a little bit similar to the office GMT, maybe a bit simpler, because you need to pull out the crown. Of course, the seconds hand should stop at 12 if you want to be very precise, but you pull out the crown, set up your local time, push it back, and with this hand you set up your hometown. Okay, you go back to your home. My hometown is the same like Paris, Warsaw is the same time. And then when I'm in Auckland, this is my local time, and the small subdial is showing the time back at home. So this one could be used one way or another. It's easier for traveler than the office GMT, but not as easy as the true GMT. First of all, again, you're like in the other Aquaterra, you have the same three positions. So you unscrew the crown, there's position number 1, where you can win the watch, and that's it. Then you go out to position number 3, the seconds hand is stopped, and now you turn the time to your desired position. So first of all, at this moment, you don't look at the hour hand, you look at the world time ring. I am now in Warsaw, Poland, which is the same time zone as Bien. Bien is the hometown of Omega, and at this moment the time here is 8:34 in the evening. 8, which in 24-hour time is 20. So I need to have my arrow of Bien between 20 and 21 right now. Now you see this arrow is after 20 and before 21, so the time is somewhere between 20 and 21. As I said, it's 2034, so I'm setting it to 2034. So actually set up the watch 2035. Okay, let's do it properly. I'll move the seconds hand to position 0. All right, so the seconds hand is back in the proper position. The local time, the time which is, let's say, my hometown, my hometown is set up in the proper way. So it's after 20, before 21. The minutes hand is at 35 position. I'm waiting until the atomic clock on the internet or somewhere else shows me 35. And when it's ready, I push it, the seconds hand starts to run. And now I pull the crown back to position 2, and I can move an hour hand like I did in the other watch, and I can move it back and forth, changing the time. And with this hour hand, I set the local time, the time where I am. If I'm at the same time as this one, I obviously set it to this position, and now it's 2035. But now if I go to, for example, New York from Warsaw, the time difference, if I remember, is about 6 hours back. So I move the hour hand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And when I'm in New York, I can check the time is 36 now past 2 o'clock. But at my home, it's 36 past 20 in the evening, 8 o'clock in the evening, okay? This is how I check the time. Or for example, in Alaska, the time is 10:36 in the morning, because also the ring shows you when the day and night is. So, I'm back in Warsaw. Now the watch is set for the local time, for my hometown time, for the local time. The date is okay. I push it back, I screw it down, and it is ready. Now, since as all my videos are totally unscripted, just straight from my heart, I hope I have not made too much of a fuss. I hope you understand how it works, and this will help you to make decision which multi-time zone watch you need, or whether office GMT is okay for you or not. Thank you very much for watching. Check out Chronio PL, and yeah, I hope I'm coming back to you with some other videos. Take care. Bye-bye.